The Pyramid Spiritual Societies movement has been founded by Brahmarshi Patriji in the year 1990 with the objective of spreading the basics of spiritual realities and spiritual science to one and all. Pyramid Spiritual Societies movement began as the Kurnool Spiritual Society in the year 1990. Today, Pyramid Spiritual Societies movement comprises of more than a couple of thousands of independent and autonomous pyramid spiritual societies involving millions of active members and volunteers across all states in India. Also, in 20 other countries: USA, UK, UAE, Singapore, Australia, New Zealand, Malaysia, Vietnam, Egypt, South Africa, and others. Pyramid Spiritual Societies movement is a non-religious, non-cult, not-for-profit, spiritual-scientific organization with an ever-growing expanse of genuine seekers. The core message to everyone is that we are not just physical entities experiencing random existence. Instead, we are eternal energy, consciousness, wisdom entities, constantly choosing and creating our own respective, ongoing existential realities. Patriji says we realize Godhood in us through 4 simple things. 1. Using breath for practicing meditation. 2. Utilizing pyramid energy for meditation. 3. Trying to understand all the essential teachings of the world's spiritual masters. And 4. Being a vegetarian and being compassionate to all our younger brothers, that is, members of the animal kingdom. Brahmarshi Patriji realized the power of meditation through his own profound experiences and attained enlightenment in the year 1979.
Meditation is the most important thing for each and every person anywhere on this earth. Meditation gives us energy and balance.
Patriji is a multi-dimensional personality and a charismatic leader of
Very humble beginnings in a district headquarters town, Kurnool in Andhra Pradesh. Now this movement has grown worldwide with more than 20,000 small and big meditation centers catering to rural population and urban population. More than 100,000 pyramid masters are working around the clock to spread ideas of vegetarianism, anapanasati meditation, and pyramid energy and spiritual science. Welcome to this Pyramid Spiritual Societies movement, and welcome to this Pyramid Valley International, Bengaluru, the headquarters of this worldwide
Spiritual Societies movement regularly organizes national and global level conferences for New Age spiritual scientists to share their research. So far, 7 global spiritual congresses of spiritual scientists have been organized, all of them in the Pyramid Valley International, Bengaluru. Every year in the month of December, Pyramid Spiritual Societies movement organizes a mega spiritual congregation called Dhyana Mahachakram, attended by hundreds of thousands of meditators. This is an awe-inspiring event where meditation sessions are held by different masters round the clock. The soul of the event is the 3-hour-long music meditation sessions under the guidance of Patriji, accompanied by his flute renditions, along with music by other maestros. During the year of 2014, in all, over 500,000 people attended this 14-day event in Kailasapuri, Kadtal, near Hyderabad. Himself accompanied the groups on several occasions to national and international high-energy spiritual places that include the Himalayas and the Great Pyramid of Egypt. Luru, Karnataka State, the mega Maitreya Buddha Pyramid in Pyramid Valley International Campus can facilitate 5,000 people to do meditation at a time. An even bigger pyramid has been built near Hyderabad, Telangana State, known as the Maheshwara Maha Pyramid, with a capacity for 6,000 people. Pyramid Spiritual Science Academy has been established in the year 2010 with its headquarters at Bengaluru, which started certification courses in meditation and has published basic spiritual science textbooks which have been integrated with CBSE curriculum in a few schools across India. Currently, over 30,000 school children are reading these spiritual science textbooks as a part of their academic courses. Spiritual Societies movement is a committed and dedicated New Age spiritual science movement whose special mission is to promote breath meditation, vegetarianism, and pyramid energy to one and all. For all those people who are yearning for spiritual truths, Pyramid Spiritual Societies movement is extending a great helping hand. Join hands with us and let us together establish spiritual science wisdom and spiritual harmony all over the world.
Hello, my dear friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome to each and every one of you beautiful people, my dear friends, to the World Environment Day celebrations. What a wonderful video it was of Pyramid Spiritual Societies movement, my dear friends. And I invite each and every one of you to come and celebrate with us this glorious day with Pyramid Spiritual Societies movement and SWAG, my dear friends. The World Environment Day today is being brought to you by Pyramid Spiritual Societies movement, which was founded by Brahmashri Pitamaha Patriji in the year 1990, my dear friends. And he himself has inaugurated this particular project called SWAG, Save Water and Go Green, in November 2020, my dear friends, with three main objectives. One is to save water, the other is to adopt plant-based food, and the next is to plant trees to increase the greenery on the planet. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today, where we are going to have lots of fun, lots of wisdom sharing and interactive sessions with our renowned speakers in the coming 6 hours, my dear friends. What a wonderful evening. My name is Parinita Patri, and I am the founder of SWAG. So I would like to speak a few words regarding what SWAG is all about. SWAG, Save Water and Go Green, is a global initiative by PSSM, inaugurated by our guru, our beloved guru, Dr. Brahmashri Pitamaha Patriji, who is an ardent animal lover and nature lover. And our mission is to improve the environmental quality and conditions of our Mother Earth by partnering with community leaders and aspiring environmentalists, by working together to create a climate resilient society and sustainable planet for all kingdoms to coexist. Human beings, animals, plants, and minerals, my dear friends. Our mission is to stop the killing of animals and spread the message of non-violence and compassion towards all beings. Our vision is to make a difference now, to make a difference today. We envision a better future, a better world where all of us can create sustainable and eco-friendly living conditions that allow coexistence, empowerment, and nourishment for a healthier, wealthier, greener, and flourishing Mother Earth today and forever. We envision a compassionate world where we respect, love, and value all animals and learn to coexist. And our goal is towards the future, my dear friends, to build communities of people who take action towards smarter, more environmentally friendly activities by bringing awareness and encourage each and everyone to contribute, however big or small, to save Mother Earth and reduce the carbon print, pollution, animal cruelty, and exploitation of natural resources. To promote nature and animal love and the conscious utility of natural resources in every individual. Save millions of gallons of water by encouraging everyone to adopt plant-based food and encourage, motivate, and inspire everyone to plant at least 500 to 1,000 trees per person by the year 2025, my dear friends. So let's create homes for animals and bird gods.
Atmavandan Masters, such beautiful message from Parinita D. So yes, we have to be taking care of the environment in which we are staying, So yeah, so let's begin this today's final session of Holistic Buddha with 20 minutes meditation. When you meditate, you your vibrations really help the universal vibration with peace. So let's contribute to this universal peace by meditating 20 minutes. So ensure that you're sitting in the most comfortable position with your crossed legs, clasp fingers, and by closing your eyes. And just focusing on your natural incoming and outgoing breath. This meditation is called Anapanasati meditation. aware of your breath, present in the outgoing. plenty of peace. Just observe them. If you feel you're getting the warm close thoughts, bringing back your awareness to your natural state. Slowly, slowly come back to your body's awareness. Open your both palms and keep them over your eyes for 10 seconds. And gently open your eyes. Thank you so much, Masters, for participating in group meditation. I now hand over to Master Asha for further session.
It's me. I don't.
Oops, so
No problem. No problem.
Smita.
So welcome back to the last day of Holistic Buddha. So yesterday we were summarizing until day 6 we summarized. So today we'll start from day 7. So on day 7, we did a suggested diet chart. This is a generic diet chart, predominantly for most adults, teens can actually follow this. So the way we spoke about was how do we start the food right from lighter foods to heavier foods. And then we spoke in detail about why we need hydration, how much of hydration we need, what is the kind of hydration, how do we make the juices. So we handled a lot of that here. And then we also spoke about fruits and the fiber and many of these things. So this is what we did in the thing. So remember that this is a generic thing, and based on the illness. So let's say if this is the center, and if you are slightly, if you are sort of normal and you're following a maintenance sort of routine, this is okay. Or when you start off, you can start off this routine. But then as your body goes through ups and downs, on the days that you are low, you'll have to cut down on foods that are very complex. So which we started from lighter to complex, right? So cut down on the foods that are complex and replace it with juices or fruits. So that way, you should be able to estimate whether I can bring a juice there, or I can bring a fruit there. So you can go by your feeling and see and start cutting down on complex foods, and that way make your vitality available for healing. So the more you keep doing this vitality management, your body will also slowly start getting used to clean up. Okay, so these were the juices that we spoke about. And this is fruits. These are vegetable salads. And these are cooked meals where we have a lot of salads also in the mix. Okay, day 8, we spoke about mental health. And then we spoke about what are the energy vampires. What are the energy vampires that basically drain us? Because mentally, we tend to drain a lot more than body hunger, at a digestive level. So we spoke a lot in detail about these energy vampires, and maybe lack of food, lack of proper food, or animal-based foods coming into the body, lower frequency emotions. So all of these things are called energy vampires. So please pay a little attention on that. It is very important. And then we spoke about how these energy vampires can be handled. So you can go back to fundamentals, and then we'll have to fix each of these fundamentals. Ask yourself the question, am I hydrating properly? And then let's say after 6 days of something, the things start. Then again, you should say, am I? So it's an everyday effort of questioning yourself about doing these things until your habit develops. And then you'll also have to reduce your emotional spend by doing these kinds of 12 steps. Okay, then I spoke in detail about what are these each steps, whether it is creativity to regrets to compassion and all of those things. So hear this video properly. Then we also spoke about probiotics in this food. We spoke about probiotics and the role of gut, the role of the gut when it comes to the brain. Yesterday or today, somebody asked a question about cravings and things like that, right? So yeah, it actually starts from here only. Serotonin and dopamine. We spoke about all these animal-based foods and how the body's mind, or the mind gets, the brain is impacted based on the health of the gut. Then yeah, we spoke about what are prebiotics and how they are not the same as probiotics and how it actually helps our body. Then on day 9, we spoke about dairy alternatives. Dairy alternatives are, so of course we didn't speak about meat alternatives because I did talk about meat alternatives just casually because meat alternatives are nothing but all these jackfruit, raw jackfruits can be used as meat alternatives. Please don't use any meat alternatives that are available in the market, which are made out of vital wheat gluten, which is nothing but the protein extract of the gluten itself, which is just that rubber inside the wheat, right? It is highly unhealthy and a big drainer, and it may never leave your body once you start eating it. So be very careful about vegan-based alternatives that are available in the market, because the plant-based movement is actually spreading. There are lots of entrepreneurs who are just trying to make a quick buck. Okay, let's not blame them, because they may, for many people, actually think that it is okay to go plant-based, but not everybody might be aware about health reasons. So be very careful about what you invest. Learn to read your labels and invest in foods that are very, very plant-friendly, natural-friendly only. Okay, so coming to dairy alternatives, we spoke about milks, plant-based milks, and how you can actually make it at home also. Because in the market, all the milks are predominantly mixed with some additive or some thickener or something like that, because they have to be shelf stable. So you may never get milks that are very healthy. Real Thai has some amount of coconut milk, which is good, which doesn't have any preservatives, but it is very expensive. So you might have to weigh your options. Then I did talk about how to store them, how to manage them and things like that also. Same with peanut curd, soy curd, cashew curd and all that. We did speak about this in great detail. Nut butters, again, don't go very easy on nut butters. They are definitely the alternatives to all of these fats. But the more you consume it, the body also will suffer, because these are not our natural foods. They may be plant-based foods, but they are not human foods. You can't eat them like food. So the body has a certain threshold limit for all of these things. So especially peanut butter and all of that, they cause a lot of constipations because they're very sticky. If you take peanut butter, they stick to your mouth, they stick everywhere. So they stick inside the body also, and they cause a lot of constipations, majorly because the colon also stops, does not move properly when it actually goes in. So I had one of this client who was high on peanut butter, like food, right? They used to eat peanut butter like food. So because it's highly addictive, okay, it's very tasty and it's very addictive. So people actually can eat it and not stop. So be very careful about some of these things. The child was actually very sick. So buttermilk, you can use coconut buttermilk or tender coconut buttermilk also. We've given recipes also in this, and I have shared the PDF of this particular day on the WhatsApp, and it's also on the shared drive. You can copy these YouTube links, and you can also see the detailed recipe videos on YouTube. So plant-based sweets also, yeah, I spoke in detail about that. Paneer cheese replacement, we did talk about the recipes of these as well. Oil-free cooking. So this particular picture is from my channel. It's on the oil-free cooking playlist. So right from oil-free tadka to all kinds of plant-based, oil-free recipes which are commonly made are also there, like curries, sambars, and all of those things are there, like upma, lemon rice, all kinds of small things are also there. So please take the time and do oil-free cooking, because every drop of oil actually makes its presence felt in the body. Okay, so you don't know what is happening inside the body, but they know what is happening inside and how much the body is suffering because of that. So please don't use oil or any form of grease in your cooking. Occasionally you might use plant butters like coconut butter and all of that, but definitely not in everyday cooking, because liver literally suffers a whole lot, and blood also suffers a whole lot with these kinds of fats. Especially when you're detoxing, I would not advise any kind of fat, because regular fat is anyway available in fruits and vegetables, just minimum amount of fat which is necessary for the body. But don't really go big bang on all of these fats, especially when you're detoxing. It can not help you. Intermittent fasting. So here the general rule that we'll have to think about is, first of all, when you're actually fasting is a very good method for saving vital energy, which can actually be channeled towards your healing. But the thumb rule here is, please understand your body first. Is your body ready for that kind of a fasting? Initially, it may actually, let's say even when you're highly toxic, you might remember that you might actually see some changes initially because you're saving vital energy by not eating. But that dry environment that you're creating in your body can actually really cause a great harm. You may not really heal, because once you put food back inside your body, again and again, you'll be seeing the same symptoms. So, say for example, just think, if you have these dry food, you cooked food in some containers, and now those containers are kept outside for the maid to wash or something like that. Now that those containers have been dried all night, okay, tomorrow morning the maid is going to come. So all night when they are dry, will you be able to clean them properly? You can't clean them properly, right? So that is the state of your body when they are dry, and when they are full of toxins, when all they are sticking to your body, you will not be able to clean your body. Okay, so you need to first bring in a lot of hydration, flush your body, rather soak those containers in water and ensure there's all the toxins and all become loose. And then they'll have to, when the maid just does this with a Scotch-Brite or something like that, they actually get cleaned very fast. You don't even need any amount of soap and things like that, especially during, if you're doing oil-free cooking and all that. So I'm just giving an example. But it is very important for you to understand the importance of hydration. In common life, the way you use water for washing your vessels, water for cleaning your bathrooms, water for this, water for that, similarly inside your body also you should treat like that only. So the same common sense you have to use inside your body also. So if we don't need any degree, we don't need anything to understand nature cure, we just need some pure common sense. So if you are good in common sense, then definitely you'll be good in nature cure, following nature cure also. Okay, common sense also applies in managing your vitality. So fasting, make your body prepared for fasting and then do fasting. When you're hungry, don't try to push your body to fasting. When you're hungry, you'll have to feed fruits, feed juices and things like that. But don't, when a person is ready for fasting, he will naturally not be hungry for 16 hours, 14 hours. So you have to train your body to get to that state by constantly detoxing. You should not make the body suffer because your mind wants to fast. Okay, so that is very, very important. So that is about intermittent fasting, and we spoke about circadian rhythm and what the body does, and why eating cooked breakfast is not good, because that is when the body is cleaning itself. All of those things we also spoke about. And day 11 was therapies. So very, very fundamental rule is using all the elements of nature to aid us in saving vitality is called therapies. So which is called nature cure therapy. So sun is the primary source of energy for earth. So using sun to help our cells revive itself is very important. So especially any kind of problem, when you expose yourself to sunlight, will definitely show improvement. So the more and more sunlight in the morning, or late in the evening, especially during summers, will really help. During winters, all day might be okay. So supplements, again, there is no need to rather bring in all of these supplements, but then off late, there is a whole lot of talk about vitamin B12, vitamin D3 and all of that. So if you're following an unnatural lifestyle, initially you might have to supplement some of, especially B12 and D, but later on, as you start fixing your body, fixing your lifestyle, you will not need any of these things, because let's say once we are completely, let's say, leading a fruitarian lifestyle or something like that, you will automatically be able to make it in your own body just within 1 or 2 months, right? So the more deviated you are from the natural lifestyle, you might need, let's say, especially B12 and D3 to manage some of the days. But then you should remember that this is unnatural, and you'll have to get back to natural state and then let the body manage itself. Yeah, so we spoke about this. Then hydrotherapy, very, very important, especially with all the pains in the body. You can actually use hydrotherapy very, very effectively. People with headaches and all that, of course, when they'll change lifestyle, but then just to manage pain, hydrotherapy is very good. Of course, I also spoke about that sending love at a spiritual level. You can send love to that area, and at a root cause, that is the thing. But hydrotherapy is going to help you manage the pain. It is going to help you, what do you say, elevate some of the very painful feelings. But that is not the root cause. Hydrotherapy will not fix the root cause. Okay, without hydrotherapy also, you can definitely manage. But there are some people who have very less tolerance to pain. So such people can also use hydrotherapy. But then to a large extent, when hydrotherapy is applied, the blood will really, the blood circulation in that area will improve, and then the body actually works from within, especially in terms of constipations and all that. If you put a wet cloth on your tummy or your abdomen multiple times in the day, the blood circulation itself will help in improving the peristalsis movement of the colon and help in bowel movements. Also, initially, if let's say, typically what happens when you're doing juicing and all that, the colon also gets hydrated, and all the old wastes will start coming out. So hence, what do you say, sometimes you might want to do enema also for some time. And then once your body starts to move itself properly, then you can stop enema, and then let's just do water, wet packs and juices and fruits and things like that, and it'll go. Because initially there'll be a lot of roadblocks and things will be like that. But then enema is not a replacement for your natural bowel movements. Without enema also you can manage. I'm just giving that sometimes the old waste can be very hard, and you might need 1 or 2 times, but then as the body starts moving, it should be okay. So hydrotherapy, yeah, we spoke about this in detail in terms of pain and things like that. Rest is also a therapy, which is absolutely not very, what do you say, respected in today's world because of our fast-paced lifestyle. So with any kind of thing, when you rest, what will happen is you will save vital energy, and so much more people actually heal only when they are resting. Sleep is one of the greatest stress relievers, nerve force builders. Repair work happens when you sleep. So everything happens when you rest. Even when people who go to the gym and build their muscles and all of those things, they actually give a lot of rest because muscles grow during the rest phase. So, so inability to relax when you are very, very restless. So that is when you'll have to do meditations and bring in a lot of relaxation. If meditation cannot help you as of now, you bring in at least music. When you bring music into your ears, that music itself will sort of distract you for some time and then help you relax. So focus on each part of the body and relax. You should be able to work on that. So ways to take a break. So I should just give examples of some of the ways to channel our mind towards, what do you say, positive things. Day 19, we spoke about acute issues. Sorry, day 12, we spoke about acute issues, chronic issues, and degenerative issues. So So initially, when the body was having small issues, small quantity of toxins were there in the body, which had to be released. If we don't like for that coming out of the body, what we do, we try to go and then suppress it with whatever we want. Like today itself, we've got so many calls on the WhatsApp with respect to with respect to cold, cough, sore throat and all that. Why is it that it did not go in 2 days, 3 days and all of that? Majorly because that was suppressed in the past. So now you have accepted that everything has to come out. Now, whatever you put inside the body and it is like sitting there in the dustbin of the body, it is just going to keep coming out. For me, when I started, it took 3 months for everything to clean up. Because imagine how much of severity I had. I was nearly dying. So it was far more toxic, my body. Okay. So just don't put things inside your body thinking that it'll all go away when I take medicines. So always, it's okay to, initially you might keep getting cold on and off. Don't judge anything that is coming out of your body. Just do this process that we have discussed here and keep going on and on and on and on. Give it about 1 year. You will see a lot of changes in your body. Don't try to think that, okay, this is going to go away in 1 month. After that, I'll be absolutely healthy and nothing is going to happen to me. No, it'll get better as time passes. But at least 1 year, you will definitely see frequent changes of ups and downs, because what you've led 30, 40 years in this lifestyle. Shouldn't it at least take 1 year? Right. So acute issues are all those small issues. Chronic issues, if you have suppressed acute issues, then chronic issues will show up, where you will have to keep taking medicines, where you have to keep suppressing it, where all the pains will keep coming. All of that comes up in the chronic issues. So typically, organs are failing. In this case, organs are slowly failing in this case. So here you'll have to, people who don't know what to do, they're constantly on medications here. And of course, medications don't help anybody. Life-threatening diseases, here the organ failures have already happened. And here we don't know what kind of state the organ is in or the body is in. And we don't know whether they are going to even heal, right? We don't know how much of vitality they have to heal themselves. So it is hard to say whether a person is going to come back from the stage once they hit this stage. So what we can do is we can only try. We can only try to help them and then give them all kinds of assisted methods, or help them with all kinds of assisted methods to save vitality and do the best. And after that, it is all up to nature. It is all up to the universe to see how things will work. But in this case, it is best to work with a practitioner. See, as the stages keep progressing, it's best to work with a practitioner, because the amount of toxins will be very high, and the severity of the toxins also will be very high when it's actually coming out. So it's best to work with somebody who's experienced in these stages. So we spoke about some case studies. We brought in some people with cold and cough. We brought in some people with constipations, fissures, asthma, diabetes, and cancers. And each of them spoke about their own experience of how they healed from all of these stages. Everybody have done a great work in getting them outside of cancer. They were all in stage 7. They've all gone back to stage 0 today. And constipations and all are in stage 2. Stage inflammations. They're all back to this stage 0. So all of them have gone back to stage 0. In the diabetes person who had come, she was actually on insulin. And within 3 months, with her self-discipline, she was able to get back to 0 medicines. And even today, she's on 0 medicines. So she's not diabetic and she's leading a very normal lifestyle. So exercise and movement on day 14 was discussed, and how very important exercises. We also spoke about muscles and how you cannot put on weight in a healthy lifestyle. You cannot put on weight, unhealthy weight in a healthy lifestyle. So when the whole world around you is following majorly an unhealthy lifestyle, or majorly a lifestyle that may not be very conducive for leading a very rather conducive to remain healthy. And you can't compare yourself with the world and expect you also to be chubby and all plumpy and all of those things. So you should have what do you say, fair expectations, in that you should be smart, you should be strong, you should be having the strength, you should have the energy. So all of those things matter more. Okay, but so as you age, you should be far more stronger, and you will definitely be far more stronger than people who look smart and cute and beautiful and all of those things, and chubby and all of that, majorly because the toxins might actually not be helping them stay energetic. So in my case, I was very plumpy, I was looking very beautiful and all of those things. People really do not accept the way I look today, majorly because they think I was better then. But I was so toxic at that time. My body was so toxic at that time, only I knew about it. But from outside, it was all shining, isn't it? So that shine really did not help me. And that beauty did not help me in any way. And hence, I choose not to remain so beautiful, but I choose to want to be more beautiful from inside rather than beautiful from outside. So this is something that you'll have to really work within yourself. That's self-acceptance and self-love is extremely important, and all these situations will come to help you. And exercise, you need to exercise on a daily basis, because our ancestors, or when this body was created, it was not created for sedentary lifestyle. So you can't just eat raw fruits, you can't just eat vegetables and things like that and expect that everything will go away. I'll be very healthy leading a 9 to regular lifestyle. You have to exercise. There is no choice, but you have to exercise, because this body needs muscles. Because as you age, what will happen? Your muscles will deteriorate and you'll become, everything will become saggy. Then you can't blame this lifestyle. See, lifestyle has everything, but when we don't follow certain aspects of the lifestyle, you should not blame the process itself when you don't follow. So you have to bring in exercise. There is no choice. And as you keep exercising with body strengthening exercise, which means your body, your hands and legs and all of those things should be able to support your own body weight. That kind of exercises also you have to do. So just walking and all that will not work. I spoke in great detail about that in this exercise video. Please take a look, okay? And how it all improves the body, how there are subtle benefits to exercising, all of that, and what is the right way to exercise. Okay. Then on day 15, we spoke about family support and how to focus on self-healing. So my family doesn't support me. They all criticize me. They don't like what I do. Everybody is in doubt. I'm having all of these healing crises, right? Just today in WhatsApp, like I'm having all this cold and cough and all that, but my family believes that I need to go see a doctor. Why? I spoke about all that in this class. Why is it that the family tells you all this, and how should you respond is all of that I spoke about in this class. So please take a look. I can't, I may not be able to do justice by again talking about it right now. Day 16, we spoke about healthy kitchen makeover and how it is very important that you don't have things like chips and biscuits and chocolates and say that, okay, I'm not going to have chips and biscuits and chocolates in my because of all of these reasons and things like that, and still have all of the old food still lying in your fridge, still lying because you paid money for it. Just because you paid money for it doesn't mean that it has to still be in your thing, hoping that you'll give it to somebody. So just discard it, put it in the trash, because if it is trash for your body, it is trash for somebody else's body also. So why should you actually give it to somebody and believing that it is trash for you, right? So this is something that you need to think, because everybody is one and the same. What you give to your family members should also be given to somebody who's not your family member, right? So try to invest in healthy stuff. Just because it is becoming a waste, don't put that waste inside your body. Your body is not a waste, it's not a dustbin, and putting it in a dustbin is far more better than putting it inside this and thinking that this body is a dustbin. It is a worst what do you say, decision that you can take, because this body is so complex. It is like a maze. So once it goes in, you'll never know whether it will even come out. So don't even put things inside your body that you don't know how it is going to manage. So we spoke about how you have to replace all of these things inside your kitchen. And okay, so we spoke about the kind of utensils, the kind of equipments that you'll have to be using, right? Plants, how greenery actually helps, how to shop, how to look at labels. I think we covered labels. I'm not too sure. I think we did cover labels. In labels, just one thing that you'll have to definitely remember is whatever comes in that ingredients list, whatever comes in the beginning has been used more. It starts from more, quantity more to quantity less. So, for example, let's say there is a buckwheat pasta in the market, and we think, oh, great, buckwheat pasta is very healthy, and we look at the ingredients, but the first ingredient that has been used is rice. And the second ingredient that has been used is buckwheat. But what did they name it? Buckwheat pasta. But actually, it should have been called rice pasta, isn't it? So, like that, there will be so many things. Look at sugar, look at spices, and all these additives that are named with the letter E, letter I, and all of those things are very, very, they're all preservatives and thickeners and all of those things. So natural flavors, artificial flavors, all of those flavors and all of those things are all unnatural. So they may call it natural, but they're still unnatural. Please don't get into all of those things. Don't get into things that have added oils. Rice bran oil and all kinds of nonsense oil has been used inside these things because they're all very cheap in the market. So it is very cost effective for the producer. Okay, he can make a lot of money by using cheap ingredients and then make a lot of money by selling it as a healthy product overall, right? Not everybody works on oil-free cooking, right? So oil-free eating and oil-free living. So people think it's okay to use oil. So if there is oil, everybody is still okay to buy that product. So be very careful about, educate yourself, right? Read, see this, let this be more like a initial thing. If you like a certain topic, go on the internet and then look for why oil-free. What are other people talking about oil-free? How do I do more of oil-free? So get into more detail about these things. So do your own studies, do your own research about all of these things, and then make your own analysis about why this is like this. The fundamentals we have given you, that too in detail. So, but then if you have to, if this knowledge has to stick on in your brain for some more time, and then it has to actually become experience, you have to go do your own research. Then we spoke, this day was the best of the whole thing. 24th, we actually brought in all the plant-based kids, and then we gave them so many questions, and the kids did their own talk show. They did their own hosting, and they spoke to each other. They questioned each other. They gave so many good answers. In fact, they were not trained on these questions, or they were not even, so we just gave them a general direction, and then they did it far too well, more than our expectations, I think. In fact, many of these things we were seeing, oh, do we really know these kids? We didn't know that they actually know so much. So even we were surprised. So day 18, we spoke about clean mind and body for spiritual progress. So here, how spiritual health is the root and why physical health is the fruit. So you can't really keep doing a 9-to-5 job and keep eating healthy and then still say that have a stressful life, no time for self-investment, no time for passion, no time for creativity, no time for meditation, no time for any of those things, but you still want to be very healthy all the time. So that may not work, because in the long run, I spoke a lot about why it is, what is the key that actually gives us, what is the key that actually drives our vital energy. So listen to this to understand that, and then don't get caught up in only eating. Even if I had a client who was 100% on raw for quite some time, but she was she had high BP. She already had high BP. She was already raw, high raw, not even high raw, full raw, 100% raw when she came to me. She was not even on this heavy fat diet or anything like that. How will you explain this? This is what you have to think about. Food is not the driving factor for everything. Food is one of the driving factor. There are so many aspects you have to balance, right? Which is exactly why we are called human beings and not animals. In animals, there is some certain sense of direction, certain sense of lifestyle that they lead, and there is no intellectual living. But here we have 5 different senses to manage, which are all equally powerful. We have an intellect to manage. The whole thing has to be balanced. And that is why we are called human beings. And that is why we are on the top of the food chain, top of everything. So that is why we have been selected to get to our self-realization. So, but then, yeah, we have to behave like the one, right? So for that, this balancing act, you have to learn to manage. And that I've spoken on this particular class. Please take a look. And on day 19, we spoke about environmental impact and how your choices affects the environment. Asha spoke in detail about all the facts that she has collected, and she brought in from all of the, researchers who have done a lot of work, especially Cowspiracy is a great series. So you have to watch that. There are lots of such documentaries. She did share all of these documentaries also, and how it is very important that when we are rearing all of these large animals for our food, which is not even our primary food, how it is actually affecting us indirectly. Like when you're rearing all of these animals for our dairy consumption, for our meat consumption, their presence and their population explosion is actually creating a problem for us indirectly by changing, by creating global warming, by creating all the, greenhouse gases and all of those things. Ultimately, we are only facing a lot of shifts in the planet. So, but what are we doing about it? We are doing so many other things, but let's say stopping plastic, trying to cut down on petrol and diesel and trying to make it all electrical, all of those things we are doing. But what she brought about in this particular class is all of those vehicles put together, all of those fine-tuning and all of those things that we are trying to attack as a problem, but actually they are not as big a problem compared to the animals that we are rearing, the farming that we are doing, but which is definitely not talked about at all, because it contributes a whole lot to the GDP of every single country. So if they're contributing to the GDP, people don't even want to talk about it. People don't even want to touch it. They're just trying to attack small problems and hoping that it will actually help in a longer run. But unless we address these problems by cutting down on animal consumption or animal liquid consumption or dairy consumption, we will not see a problem. We'll not see issues in this. And then tomorrow, our children will not see a better planet. So we have to help in making this planet a better place for our children and our grandchildren by cutting down on our habits today and making sure that we are training ourselves in plant-based living and then teaching our children also in plant-based living. Okay, so all that we spoke about, and then cruelty, everything I think we've already covered here. Right, on day 20, which was yesterday, she spoke about germ and terrain theory. We also spoke about how corona or any other germ for that matter, they always exist. We are living in a jam-packed universe where everything is jam-packed. There are so many atoms around us. There are so many microbes around us. If we were able to actually see the microbes, we would actually see the microbes on our laptop. We would see it on our hands and legs and everywhere crawling. We would see it on our bed. We would see it in the air floating around. And the universe or the creator has been very kind by not giving us those kinds of microscopic vision. It is out of our vision range. That is why we can't see them, and we think everywhere it is pretty clean. And when we see that under a microscope, we actually get scared and we think that they're going to come and harm us. It is very funny because they are actually, and in fact, we are 99% germs. We are only 1% human being because we are made up of only germs. So how can actually germs come and attack us? So, but there are some imbalances that get created in the body. Some things are actually going on like this. Now, when we have, now let's say the toxins are here till the brim, and now we get one extra microbe from outside, or some imbalance actually happens from inside itself. And the virus was just a trigger. It just came inside and said, hello, everybody. That's it. That itself is a trigger. And our body starts to, because it is like, it was still the brim, and then just one extra organism entered, and then it'll all go for a toss, right? Because the vitality goes for a toss, and then it is all coming out. So what we do, we say, oh, that person entered our body, and that is why everything is happening. No, the person, that germ could have entered the body in the past, said hello and gone also, but nothing happened inside our body. But today, we have created all these toxic environment inside our body through our lifestyle. See, you might think that I'm leading a very healthy lifestyle. I don't go out to eat at all. I don't eat processed meat. I don't eat junk. I don't eat chips. I don't eat any of those things. Yeah, good. Because of that only, you didn't fall sick maybe every 10 days. You're falling sick maybe every 3 months. But if you had eaten all of those things, you would have probably fallen sick maybe every 1 month. So everybody falls sick based on the kind of accumulation pattern they have. Every whole life, we are basically doing cleaning only. So there is no end to cleaning. As long as the body is on this earth, as long as we are inside this body, running this body like a vehicle, there will always be wear and tear in this body. There will always be accumulation in this body in whatever fashion you want. Because even if I'm on the best fruitarian lifestyle, my mind may not be the best. I might still not be leading, I might not be leading a soul level life. So there also I will accumulate toxins. And because I'm on, let's say, a fruitarian lifestyle, I may probably fall sick once in a year. But whereas if I'm, let's say, on cooked food and things like that, and even on my best mental health, I'll probably fall sick maybe every 6 months. So there will always be these ups and downs based on that generic pattern that is there. You can't really say which pattern is how much, and there is no measure for all of these things. You can't really do some research and put everything on a table and say, this is the thing. You can't follow like that. Okay. So always be very wary that everybody will fall sick. And there is no, we are not doing this lifestyle so that you don't fall sick. We are doing this lifestyle so that you understand, even when sickness comes, you understand how to manage it without medicines. You understand how to manage it with gratitude, and you are not trying to push off that problem. If you are a person who sweeps your house every single day, you should be okay with your body also sweeping it every single day. Okay, so cleaning the body, cleaning the house is okay. You should be okay with that. It's just that you don't know that the body cleans itself. So be very accepting of the fact that when something comes out of the body, they look like this. When you sweep the house, you get mud, you get fine dust. You might get fallen hair. You might get some paper. You might get all of these things that the children has dropped on the ground. But when the body cleans itself, it will have acids. It will have things that are coming out in various forms. Mucus might come out of the nose, pus might come out of the ears, some cough might come out of the throat, phlegm might come out of the throat, right? So many things might come out of each of these body parts, and it is okay for it to come out. Just save vitality and kind of manage all the things. Don't blame microbes, and don't be in fear and go and then take medicines to avoid microbes inside a body. You cannot outsmart these things. Okay, nature is smarter than everybody put together. Okay, and I don't think we have to even argue about it. You can't outsmart by just being a scientist or just being somebody who just did few years of research and think that I'm smarter than the earth or smarter than the intelligence of nature. So you cannot outsmart nature, and nature is much, much smarter than all of us. So you cannot take medicines and think that I'll be okay, right? It's best that you accept that my knowledge, God is giving me knowledge. So when I get this knowledge, I can do vitality management, and I can actually face the best problems when things come into me, or when, let's say I fall sick. I will use this knowledge and I will apply this knowledge, and I will actually gain experience by applying this knowledge, and I'll actually feel very good about it. It's a great achievement. Every time you get over some problems like this, you'll actually feel much better. You'll feel so good, So keep doing these things and don't blame the microbes, because the soil is dirty. The germs come to feed on that dirt. So you keep your body clean. It may not be 100% clean, but there is a threshold limit. Beyond that, the body will definitely have all of these things. Today, even I don't have any disease, but I will also have microbes inside my body. But the body doesn't have the, it is not, the threshold limit of the toxins are not, have not crossed. Okay, so for me, maybe once in a year, I might have a very, let's say, fever. 3-4 days, I'll have fever, which is okay for me. At the rate that I am leading my life, say 1 year is okay for me. But if I, let's say, do some more stuff inside my body and I do lots of acid accumulation, then I might fall sick every 3-4 months. So I should be wary about it, right? So then we share a symbiotic relationship. We give those germs shelter. The body gives them shelter, and then they are depending on us for, rather we are depending on them for health. They are depending on us for shelter. So we are living a connected lifestyle, give and take kind of lifestyle. So germs are powerless in a healthy body. So we spoke about all of those things, how a person who was fighting cancer, and she was on the best diet, and she was the only one who was corona negative, and she was managing her whole house, who had, all of them were sick. And we think that people who are facing cancer and all are very highly prone to other problems, isn't it? Which is what the medical industry believes. And then they're all, but during chemo and all, they're all kept inside. So she was on chemo at that time. She was also leading a natural lifestyle, and she was the one who was managing the entire family's corona issues, and she was absolutely healthy. So body doesn't always behave the way we think. Okay, so contagions we also spoke about. So don't really fear diseases, friends. Don't really fear malaria. Don't fear any of these things. You do your homework. When you do your homework, everybody else will be okay. Yeah, you may not probably manage your family. Everybody is not like you. You do your best part so that when they fall sick, you can serve them. That is the best you can do. You can't control everybody's life. And you can't think that, oh, if they fall sick, I will feel bad, so let me control everybody and say, did you take this? Did you take that? Did you eat that? Don't do any of those things. You are basically enervating yourself by being so, pushy. So just work on your stuff and leave the rest to nature. If they fall sick, you are definitely healthy and available to serve them. That is the best you can do. So that is the end of all the 20 days of sharing. If you have any questions, I'll take it. Yeah, we have enough time. Yes, friends, any questions so far? 20 days, 21 days. Thank you, Diane Moses. Please share your feedback in the feedback form also. It is really going to help us, because if we have to take this to other platforms, obviously they should know who we are, because we are so unknown in this world. This is the first time we are coming out like this. So people don't know us, friends. So yeah, Parinita somehow found us. I don't know what she knows about us also, but then she just trusted her instincts, I think. So yeah, I don't know if everybody is going to be like her. So we just have to do our best. Asha is also here. So if you all can ask questions, both of us will be happy to answer. Let me spotlight her as well. Wow, great. Yeah, last day, no questions. Oh, sorry, Nidhi, you have a question? Please answer.
Ma'am, only thank you to say, only gratitude, nothing else. Only gratitude, ma'am. I'm so grateful that like you chose me in your soul journey. I chose you in my soul journey, ma'am. Just only gratitude, ma'am. Only
Yeah,
gratitude.
absolutely. All these are karmic relations only.
From day one, ma'am, it's as if my soul has been wanting to hear all this. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Only thank you. I mean, I do get questions, but somehow I trust my instincts, and I trust my instincts. That's it. Many a times it feels like, how will I go vegan? How will I turn to milk? How will I? Then I just think to myself that if plant-based workshop has come to me, then everything else will automatically come to me. So no
Yeah,
questions.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You do your job, universe will take 10 steps towards you.
I just and like, ma'am, I'll tell you, ma'am, since I'm so grateful that I turned into meditation, ma'am. My life has been a totally miracle. Like, I'm living a miraculous life. So only gratitude, ma'am, nothing else. To you, Asha, ma'am, Parinita, ma'am. I was so lucky to see her in Kartal. I was just standing here, and I'm blessed to have met Patri sir once. So no complaints, ma'am. Since I entered into meditation, no judgment, no complaints, nothing whatsoever.
That is what meditation does. Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
absolutely. Once you come into PSSM, that energy itself is very positive.
Today, ma'am, today I just like to share my experience once, if you allow. Today I experienced something even more wonderful. My sister-in-law, she used to tell me, she's a non-vegetarian and she has never done meditation. Although, like my aunt does meditation, they both stay together, but she was never into meditation. And I used to tell her that I do this affirmations and that, and she used to like, what do you do always and everything. And today she told me ki, Didi, since last few months I've started doing affirmations, and I have started experiencing miracles in my life. So I have started my spiritual journey, and I was like, wow, wow. So
See, this is the level of vibrations that you are at. This is the experience that you are getting.
I'm getting vibrations, ma'am. I can feel vibrations in my body. So I'm blessed, ma'am. I'm blessed. I must have done patani what good karmas in my previous life that I'm getting to know you. I'm getting to know PSSM. Gratitude, ma'am. That's only I can say. Gratitude.
Yeah, sure. Great. Be blessed. Be blessed.
Thank you.
So I think we have a question. How do we know when it's time to get off medication? So depending on what medications you are on, Diane, things like your BP and sugar and all of those things, if you're taking for a very long time, it's best to go plant-based and then keep monitoring your levels and quit them slowly with the help of your doctor. And then you will know that once you get the confidence on this lifestyle, then you can slowly quit. Because in my experience, even when you're on medications, plant-based lifestyle, the very high raw fruit and juices and all of those things actually turn things around. And your medications, you'll only feel like, oh, I'm feeling much better with or without medications. So that confidence will automatically come within you and you will only quit. In fact, many cancer patients itself have quit their medications even without me telling them. I don't tell anybody to quit medications because that's not my subject matter expertise at all. So you and your doctor, work with your doctor and definitely quit those medications whenever it is time. You keep monitoring it with him or her, and then I'm sure someday it's going to come. Yeah, trust your intuition. Absolutely. So yeah, and also when you have questions, go through the videos. I'm sure you'll get your answers. Law of attraction is definitely going to work here also. And we are in a spiritual, spiritual platform. And this is something that we have to utilize and then believe that miracles are going to happen. And when you have questions, Smita and Asha doesn't have to be there. They were just, mediums to bring whatever divine had to come and give you. So even if they are not there, your answers will come to you through some other platform, through those recordings. So the person or the energy which gave you this knowledge will also continue to support you in your journey, and without or with us. Trust that. Anybody else? Any other questions? Or anybody would like to share your feeling or your experience?
Yes, Priyadarshini, I think Smita wants to.
Yeah, Priya?
Yeah. You're on mute.
Yeah, Priya?
Yes.
You're again going on mute. Just click on unmute and then.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
can hear
can
you.
hear you.
Oh, you can hear me. All right. Yeah. All right. Hi, Smita, and hi, Ahisa. Firstly, loads and loads of gratitude to you both. The amount of selfless sharing and the way you'll have been giving the knowledge has been like, I don't know, like a lot of questions in this sessions has got answered. I've been introduced to nature cure concepts through various people, like I think like over the last 5 years. I've been on and off in this journey, going raw, then being on fruits, and then again going to cook. Then all these things are happening in this 5 years. But yeah, here I got a lot of clarification and like a lot of Smita's answers I could relate to. Like, how do I say? It's not exactly like that conventional book of rules, but very practically where we can apply in this lifestyle. So that's the kind of answers that I could relate to. And yeah, it's given me a whole lot of confidence again to start with more fruits and raw foods. So over the last 10 days, I think I've included so much of salad, so much of fruits. And like, again, I was actually thinking in the month of December, this new year I will have to, have to get back to this journey and deep dive into my spiritual path. And that's when I came across Holistic Buddha course. I like, what's happening? I couldn't believe it. And then this 21 days has been amazing. The beautiful thing is my whole family sits down. My husband and my 7-year-old also sits down for this course every single day. We listen to it, and even he listens to all of those things, and he'll be like, this auntie is telling like this. Okay, fine, let me. He'll be like rolling his eyes for a lot of points. He's kind of, that seed of thoughts is getting into him. And yeah, it's been really good. Even my husband, who is like all the time, who thinks by eating non-vegetarian only you get the protein and all that. I think over the last few days, he's not even asked for an egg. Somehow he doesn't even ask for anything. So yeah, it's been great. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for you both, Asha and Smita ji, and PSSM platform. Thanks to all the co-travelers here. And yeah, it's definitely a wonderful thing, whatever happened in this 21 days. And I hope I'm going to take it forward to all the rest of the days in my life and to others whom I can tell to and reach out to.
Yeah,
Thank
all of you
you.
are ambassadors, not
Yeah.
just both of us. You all have to get that experience and eventually start helping others.
Yes,
Pass
I
on the light.
already told my sister, and I think my sister contacted you also. So,
Okay.
Sukanya, yeah. So she's already contacted you as well. So I told, so I'll do my best and take this forward.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
once again.
Do share your feedback in the form as well.
Definitely. I will. Yeah.
Thank you. Anybody else? Shubha, you want to talk? You've been a person here for a very long time and then so sincere. Every day you are here. I'll unmute you.
Is my voice?
Yeah.
Actually, I want to say thank you so much to both of you. And actually, when I started, actually, I meditation and rest of
Your voice is breaking, Shubha. You have to come
my voice.
closer, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, no.
When you come closer, it is better. But again, when you go far, it is not.
Okay, now it is fine.
Yeah, slowly.
Yeah. Actually, I just want to say thank you so much. And actually, I like to join this meditation and rest of refreshment. And every right.
Others can hear?
No.
Yeah, the voice is breaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she has been very regular with her meditation, and she always used to keep her cameras on
Correct.
while meditating. Really commendable thing, Master. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
And I was into
If it's your cell, you can just keep the cell near your mouth and then maybe talk. That's better.
actually.
A laptop? Okay.
It is still
It is breaking on and off.
Maybe Wi-Fi is weaker where she is standing. If she can go to the
Or you can switch off your, what do you say,
camera.
video,
Yeah.
and maybe speak directly on that speaker.
okay. Maybe it's okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to say that it's not now it is fine.
When you ask that question, actually, it's fine.
Okay. And I joined meditation. And rest of yeah. The way you it's easy and that concept. Every day I was just
We can't hear you, Shubha.
We only know that you're saying all the nice things.
Yeah, it's very strange. Only a few words are coming in between.
near the Wi-Fi. Bandwidth is low.
Or maybe
You
you can
guys-
log in when your cell. You can log in via your cell, and then meanwhile, we can take other questions. We still have 10 more minutes. You want to do that?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, do that. So I think somebody said, is thyroid curable with plant-based diet? I have, yeah, thyroid, diabetes, all of these autoimmune issues are definitely reversible. So it just needs that consistency and discipline. You can definitely see changes here as well. Raji. Thank you so much, Nirmala, Hema, all of you. Please definitely share your feedback on the feedback form so that all your comments are not becoming a waste. Anybody else with questions? We have 10 more minutes. People, somebody who have not spoken at all. Geeta, I don't think you've come forward at all, right? Sudha. Sudha Suresh, you want to speak? Geeta. 4444. Anindya Das. Anybody? Anybody wants to speak? Krishna. Kalyani. Sarita. Who wants to go? Or do you can we allow that unmuting automatically? Anita? Let them unmute by themselves instead of we giving that unmute option. Yeah, Divya.
Hi, Smita and Asha. Thank you so much for these 21 days. Though I had gotten introduced to this a bit back, your comprehensive coverage of all the topics and the practical solutions that you gave, that was really helpful. Especially since you're all also, mothers who are managing families. I could see the practical aspects coming out and really helping me. For me, apart from me changing to this lifestyle and not really, asking my family members also to do that, but I can see already the changes in them, especially even my youngest was just 3 years old. I can see that they are taking to more of fruits, and so I can see even the next generation is benefiting from what you are giving us. So for that also, I would like to thank you very much. And one day, I think Asha ji had suggested just leave lots of fruits on your dining table and things like that, right? So in the morning, I had cut for my breakfast, I had cut watermelons and I kept a bowl of it. So my children had breakfast, but I wasn't there at that time. I was elsewhere. They had, and then they left for school. And then I came back and there was nothing on the table. Though they had their usual breakfast also was provided, they had all the fruits as well. So I was very, very happy to see that, because if I don't do that, usually, I mean, if it's not visually right in front of them, they may not have that motivation. So this is a very small thing, but then you gave that point. So thank you for all these little tips and all the other things that you've all shared with us. Thank you very much, and all the best to you all, and all the best to everybody as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You all can unmute yourself and talk.
Hello.
Hi, yeah, how are you? So I was having a dental issue from a while, my, various, but I mean, rest all is explainable and probably, I mean, some of the damage cannot be reversed and future precautions can be taken. But one thing I needed to ask you is, my gum, one of the tooth, my gum has, they call it gum resorption, I think, or something, where the gum recedes actually. And the dentine is exposed and it started to hurt a lot. And the sensitivity is so much that, I mean, if I eat something cold or hot, it hurts for 10-15 minutes. Now, what's the and the remedy they'll prescribe me is like fluoride mouthwash or fluoride toothpaste, and fluoride is known to fluoride toothpastes are linked with pineal gland calcification, if you know that, I guess. So what should I do in this situation?
See, you should, in some of these cases where you have gone to a stage where you only have to see the best that is available as an option. So pineal gland activation or pineal gland problems are something that you may not even know as of now, but you are facing that 10 to 15 minutes of pain every single day. So which would you want to handle first? And then let the lifestyle manage those issues, and then over time come to pineal gland.
No, but like they've linked fluoride toothpastes to pineal gland calcification.
Yeah. I'm not saying no at all. But what is the immediate solution? There is nothing, because you have to address that issue, right? Because these things, especially with respect to dentures or teeth, we have to majorly focus on prevention and cleaning from inside.
Okay,
because
but
when it comes to a stage where the teeth is already in decay and all of that, we can do a lot of water fasting and manage. But there will be a point where you may not even be able to water fast for, let's say, 6, 7, 8 days, 9 days without a proper practitioner. So what will you do at that time?
But
so
tell
there
me
is
one
only
thing,
so much we can do. And we still have to take the help of a dentist to keep our dentures proper.
No, of course, I'll take the help of a dentist. But tell me one thing, in the long run, this lifestyle, can it fix the receded gum? Can it come back, regrow? I mean, come up again, or would it remain receded?
Asha, do you have any answers for that? Have you?
I have heard that yes, it does happen. You need to conserve a lot of energy. It is possible.
Like, how long does it take?
That depends, without knowing your life, we can't give an answer like that. It depends on your lifestyle, what you're doing, what medicines you're taking, what is your history. Then only we can reply.
Right. Also, another thing I had a question was with the germ theory. So putting everything out there, all the viruses, all the bugs, in the same germ theory, I couldn't really process that because, firstly, as far as COVID is concerned, they are claiming, or the major knowledge out there is that it was a man-made virus. But anyhow, beyond that, there are viruses like HIV or bugs like lupus, which infect you, which human immune system is not trained to deal with. Doesn't matter how healthy you are. So how can you apply this germ theory there?
You don't have to, you see, you don't have to.
Doesn't matter how much raw you do. You can't cure a person of HIV. So how can we apply the same germ theory on all the viruses out there or all the bugs out there?
So there has been a lot of study done on the HIV contagion also, and it has been shown that it was again a hyped up story, just like COVID. So
Are you sure about this?
Yeah, there are a couple of books written on the
Because
HIV hoax.
This is like breaking news, because there are millions of people suffering from that, and they have done their research and homework, and they go through this day and night to find a solution for themselves. And if they haven't stumbled upon nature cure, then either they are crazy, or I don't know, they may be dumb, because there are millions of people suffering from that.
The people who were more affected with HIV were those people who were taking some sort of medication. Specifically, they were into recreational drug usage. So many studies have been done about this. I can privately send you a couple of books. So it's a vast thing. You need to, be open to the possibility that it happened like that, and then read those books. See, it's not that
So what about,
people don't know about.
tell me what one thing. What about the glaciers that are melting? So there are viruses and bugs out there trapped in the glaciers, which are like from the ice age, which the modern genetics of humans are not. The immune system is not trained to deal with. It doesn't know those bugs. The scientists and everybody is fearing that as this ice is melting, these new bugs that are coming, human system is not evolved enough. It is not familiar
We'll
with
see
those.
when it happens, Aman. I don't know. I don't think we will even be around till
No,
all
the
that
glaciers
happen
are melting
tomorrow.
at a
There
very
will
high
be a
speed.
Let me answer that. I see
Yeah.
the way nature works is when nature brings a certain
But
contagion.
we are not letting the nature work, right? Nature should mean that the glaciers should stay intact and there shouldn't be any global warming. But there's global warming coming in and
But we are
glaciers are
also
melting.
existing in the same world, right?
Sorry?
We are in a world where we are basically influencing each other. Everything is actually in the same place. So we are all influencing each other. The glaciers are not living separately, and then we are not separate. What we do affects them, and what they do affects us.
That's right. But what I'm saying is, what should maybe not even happen over millions of years, which is the melting of the glaciers, is happening over decades and would release such bugs and ancient viruses that our immune system is not familiar with. So how would you apply the germ?
Let it release. When it releases, the nature herself will provide us an opportunity to help us manage.
But why would she? When you're screwing her up, why would she?
Because she's Mother Earth. She's not Aman, or she's not Smita, or she's not Asha.
So why is she creating forest fires and destroying all the things.
She has her own way of
the-
managing her own vitality, Aman. She only brings tsunamis. She only kills people because for her, death and birth are just two aspects.
No, but why would forest fires be brought about that are only meant to keep it alive? And
I mean, we are talking about things which are actually very hypothetical here. Okay.
No, it is not hypothetical. Global warming is causing those fires.
You make
And
your
nature is not
research,
able
you
to
go
defend
study.
itself.
Whatever we studied, we brought to this platform. I'm sure you will have a lot more insights to share when you go do your own research. Because those questions are not with us. So we didn't go and research those questions. So I'm sure when you go research with that kind of a intention, universe will provide answers to you that will be more convincing to you.
No, but my main argument, I mean, my main concern, not an argument, is that there are a lot of bugs out there that human immune system hasn't been able to deal with. And there are many people like desperate people in that situation. They try everything. They try, all sorts of diets or nature cure, everything. They try everything.
Yes, when anything comes first to the
and
earth,
they
when
fail.
any problem surfaces, the first thing that will happen is any problem comes in, the very first thing that will happen is a person will try to die managing a problem. So after some people die in the process of their death, man will also learn how to manage that problem. Okay, so there will be a series of events that will happen by the time he becomes good at handling a problem. That is called problem management, and this is applicable to all kinds of problems. So the same law applies here also. I think we are almost 10 minutes almost overdue, and the questions that you've asked and the answers that we've given are actually in line with whatever principles of nature care that are already there. So you may just have to be a little open about this and can take it from at a higher level consciousness. So if you talk about it at a lower level consciousness, then what will happen is you will not be ready for the answers that we give you, right? So look at it from both the aspects. When you have to understand a subject, you have to look at it from both this side and that side and make your own analysis. You're not right or wrong, but yeah, you don't have to disagree or agree with anybody. Okay. So Shubha, I think we asked you to come on the phone, so we'll take your feedback and then maybe we can close the call. You can unmute
My
yourself.
voice is audible.
Yes.
Okay. Actually, I thank you so much to both of you. This is a very wonderful session, and actually I joined this one for meditation, and the rest of the thing is for me, it is a revision and refreshment, but it is not boring. Every time I listen same and same, I don't feel bored. I mean, I'm just looking forward to listen more and more and more actually. And it is as always simple, very, very detailed, I would say, and anybody can. I mean, it's not like somebody who does it, don't have any awareness on the nature cure or natural hygiene. Anybody can understand. It is that simple. The way you both has explained it is, I mean, absolutely bang on. I mean, your explanation is so good. I mean, it's like, like the way a teacher explained to a child. It is that way. It is as simple as that. So I like that simplicity of this, the whole session. And it doesn't feel like that 21 days is over. I thought that it just recently has happened. I mean, it started on 7, it is just a bit over. So thank you so much. And thank you to the children actually who came. I hope they inspire more and more, like, I mean, anybody, whether it's an adult or any children actually. They're just too good.
Thank you, Shubha. It was actually very good.
Thank you, Shubha.
Thank you.
Do share your feedback in the form.
Yeah, I'll share.
Yeah. Divya says, unless you're convinced about the terrain theory and are convinced about the possibility of certain politics that gave you credit, you will always be rattled about each virus. Yeah, absolutely, Shiva. Absolutely, Divya. You're true. That's right. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for joining us. And I truly enjoyed doing this. It was like I was pouring my heart out there. I know I was speaking a lot. Asha was the well-balanced one managing this whole show. I was all over the place. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Asha, you have anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Smita, you said all that I wanted to say also. It was a very great, very nice start to the new year. I was always looking for opportunities to spread the plant-based lifestyle to more people. You know, just like I found out about this because somebody had done a free webinar and had shared their information, and I was ready to receive the message. Same way, there you all were ready to receive the message, whether it was through me or Smita. It doesn't matter. You would have got the message in some way or the other. So thank you all for participating daily. On all the other participants who are there on the YouTube and listening to us, please do share it. You know, take it forward, spread the message of health, which is like our birthright, right? And it's a wonderful way to live.
Yeah. These recordings have been brought by PSSM. It is absolutely free and it is there on the internet. And we have given you that Excel drive access also with lots of information. So pass this to everybody who will be willing to look at those recordings. And I'm sure they will also find this useful. And let's help Mother Earth raise all plant-based children in the future.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. Take care. Stay blessed. Bye.
Thank you. God bless you also.
Thank you so much, Smita and Asha, for the wonderful.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much,
literally-
Anita. I'm so sorry that I couldn't really acknowledge.
No. Actually, we are thankful to you both for curating such an amazing program, which has given such a whole insight of how one should be working on their inward and outward also for overall well-being. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for actually managing this entire show alone. It has been a wonderful, you have been a wonderful partner.
And I just give my gratitude to you both and Parinita Di and our
absolutely Parinita. I mean, she's the one who started this whole movement.
Yes. Thank you so much for all the masters who have joined in for this program and who are watching us on YouTube Live and over the Zoom. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, PSSM. Thank you, Patriji. Thank you, Parinita. Thank you, Swarnamala Patri ma'am. Thank you to everybody who has astrally, energetically, physically contributed for making this Holistic Buddha a great success. Thank you so much.